Hey everybody, this is CP Cards and Dice, and welcome to Game 1 of our second round of 1971 Deep Drive Seaver Baseball. And we are replaying Seaver for the second time. And I'll tell you the stats for the first time around. It was the strikeouts. Let's quickly look at that. You can see them. Let me see. Let me slide this over just a little bit. All right, strikeouts. Um, in the replay of 297. In actuality, it was 289. And based on balls, 82 in the replay and 61 in actuality. So that's about a 20-point difference. 13 home runs in the replay. Actual was 18. 216 hits in the replay and 210 was actual. 17 complete games versus actual 21. 286 innings pitched versus 286 innings pitched. Whip was very, very close. It was 1.0 versus 0.9. I guess about a point off, which is still in the vicinity. So I think it's pretty close. Seaver won 22 games. 20. I think it was he won the last. Yeah, he won 23 games, 23-5 in the replay. In reality, he won 20. In the replay, had a 2.36 ERA. In reality, had a 1.76 ERA. So we're playing it again, and we're right about to start. It's going to be the Montreal Expos at Shea Stadium. We're playing deep drive baseball. It's a blast. You can try it for $1. One of my favorite systems to play. And it's going to be Boots Day leading off. He's a left-handed center fielder for the Expos in 1971. Followed by Ron Hunt, the second baseman. He's an ex-Met and a soon-to-be Met Rusty Staub in right field. Batting third, batting cleanup is Bob Bailey, the third baseman. Batting fifth is Ron Fairley, the first baseman. Mac Jones in left field. Batting sixth, batting seventh is John Bateman, the catcher. Bobby Wine, shortstop, batting eighth, and batting ninth is Carl Morton. And the way you play deep drive baseball is you throw 3 D10. You read the red, then the white. Here's the pitch from Seaver. Play ball, yells the umpire. And it's a 39. That's going to be off day. 0-0 to 49 is off the batter. 39-1 is popped up foul. And that's the first baseman. And that is Don Clendenin. In the infield for the Mets is Clendenin at first. Boswell at second. The shortstop is Harrelson. At third base is Aspromonte. The catcher is Jerry Grody in the outfield. Left field is Jones. Center fielder is Agee. And then Art Shamsky in right field. 1 up and 1 down for Tom Terrific. And here's the pitch to Ronnie Hunt. Steps in the box, a right-handed hitter. And that's a 53. That's line base hit over the shortstop's head. So Hunt is on at first, not a base stealer. And now we're going to throw the D20, checking for pass balls. Nope, nothing there. There's a pitch to Rusty Staub. That's a 33-6, and he rips one to the second baseman. Flips to, that's Boswell, flips to Harrelson, throw to Clendenin, and it's a 4-6-3 double play, and Seaver's out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit. We go bottom of the first. For the Mets is going to be Tommy Agee leading off, the center fielder. Buddy Harrelson, the shortstop. Batting second, batting third is Cleon Jones, the left fielder. Art Shamsky, the right fielder, in the cleanup spot. Batting fifth is Don Clendenin, the first baseman. Kenny Boswell, the second baseman, batting sixth. Aspromonte Bob, the third baseman, batting seventh. Jerry Grody, the catcher, batting eighth. And Tom Terrific, batting ninth. Here's Carl Morton. Morton was 10-18 with a 4.80 ERA. So on paper, the Mets have an advantage here. That's a 51. That's a deep drive, and a 2 is going to be helped. We're going to get some help here at Shea Stadium. And it's a 71. Tommy Agee, 71, and that is 1 hop. Splits the outfielders and 1 hop off the wall around first. And headed for second is Agee, and he slides in safely with a leadoff double. Great way to start off the season for Tommy Agee. Carl Morton to Buddy Harrelson. And that we roll the D20, see if there's a wild pitch, pass ball. There's nothing there, and that's a 0-0. And that's going to be a deep drive off Buddy Howson. The 8 is not going to be helpful. And it's a 45, and that's going to be pulled down the line into the right field corner. And after it is the right fielder, Rusty Staub. Howson around first, headed for second. Scoring is Tommy Agee. RBI double for Buddy Howson. Back-to-back doubles to start the season here for the Mets. All right, we'll throw that D20. We're looking for a 1, by the way. That's an 89 and a 9, and that is a deep fly ball to center field. Now, this is almost an automatic advance. Deep drives like that are mostly automatic advances. Fly out's a deep drive to center field, and he's an average runner. Question mark. So we're going to try to move him. Going to try to move Harrelson, and he gets to third. Tags up, makes it to third. So it's a F8, and we're going to put number 3 there to tell us that the third place batter moved him over. And now with 1 out, runner on third, it's going to be Art Shamsky. Art Shamsky is a lefty specialist. That means he shouldn't be facing any lefties. He batted 185 in 157 plate appearances, hit 5 home runs. Art Shamsky facing Carl Morton. Infield's going to be in for the Montreal Expos. They are facing Seaver. That's a 78 and an 8, and an 8 is a fly to left field. Let's see if we can try to score on this. Harrelson is average speed, and left field average speed allowed to go home is a question mark. So we are going to try to score. See what happens. And that's a 57. 1 out, and that is average speed. Let's see where that is. Hold on a second. Right here, 57, average speed, 57, and he is safe. Throw is not in time. It's a sacrifice fly to the left fielder. And let me just double check that. Yes, sirree. So he did get the opportunity to try to score, and he does score. It's an RBI, and that is the second run of the inning for the Mets. Our right fielder Art Shamsky drives him in with a fly ball to left. Nobody on, 2 outs. Don Clendenin, it's a 12, and that is ball 4. So Clendenin heads to first. So Carl Morton struggling a little bit here in the first innings, giving up 2 runs. Kenny Boswell, left-handed hitter, that's a 0-5, and that's line base hit, and that's going to send Clendenin to third. Throw is taken by the shortstop, Bobby Wine. So first and third, 2 outs, and it's Bob Aspromonte. So the Mets getting to Carl Morton here early on. Here's the pitch to Aspromonte, 31, and that's a 0. That's lined and caught by Bobby Wine to retire the side. Mets pick up 2 runs on 3 hits and a walk. They lead at 2-0. We go to the top of the second. So Tom Terrific is facing Bob Bailey, Ron Fairley, and Matt Jones. And that's a 17. That's going to be a base on balls. So base runner for the Expos, and Ron Fairley's up. Throwing that, and there's the pitch, a 24, and that's strike 3. And Seaver blows a fastball by Fairley, who chases. Goes after the high cheese. And now it's Mac Jones. And he's a lefty specialist as well. That means he shouldn't face. And that is a swing and a miss, and he strikes out for the second strikeout for Seaver. And runner on first is Bailey, 2 outs. Top of the second, John Bateman. Pitch to Bateman is a 74, and that is strike 3. So Seaver, after allowing the leadoff walk, strikes out the side. No runs, no hits, 1 left on. And we go to the bottom of the second. Jerry Grody. Pitch from Morton is a 46, and that's line and caught by Wine. Tom Seaver now. 1 out. That's an 85 and a 2, and that is a slow grounder to the first baseman. Ron Fairley tags Seaver. 2 out. And Tommy Agee. It's a 41 to 0. That's line and caught by the third baseman. Bob Bailey. Beetle Bailey is out there. No runs, no hits. We go top of the third. Bobby Wine. As you can see, I'm picking up the tempo a little bit. That's a 17, and that's a 1 is a pop-up middle of the infield. Standing at second base is Boswell, and he squeezes it for the out. And here's Carl Morton with a 75. Most pitchers have a pitcher batting card, but this one's going to be all Seaver, and that's a K. Number 4 for Seaver. Strikes out the pitcher. And with 2 outs, it's Boots Day. He popped up to the first baseman. First time around, it's a 19, and that is a defensive result. So we're going to take a look at what we get here. A 90 is going to be a left fielder. Let's see what the left fielder is. I believe he should be a 3. Left fielder for the Mets is Cleon Jones, and I believe Jones is a 3. And he's a 4. He's better than a 3, and he runs that down. That's a ball that's driven into down the line, and after it is Jones and catches up to it. 3 up and 3 down for Seaver. Go to the bottom of the third. Seaver's looking good today. Buddy Harrelson against Carl Morton. That's an 88 and 6, and that is ripped to short. Scoop by Wine. High throw. That's a nice stretch by Ron Fairley. Next is Cleon Jones. Bottom of the third, 2-0 Mets. That's a 12, and that is a ground ball and through into center field for a base hit. Jones is on at first. He's not really a base stealer. I'm not really a big base stealer. And Art Shamsky, I do have a tendency to hit and run with Shamsky, so let me try a hit and run here. And there goes the runner, 29, and that is going to be a 3. That's hit hard to the first baseman. But that's going to allow Jones to go to second. He was on the move. 2 outs, runner in scoring position for Don Clendenin. Oh, we got a 1. We got a potential wild pitch pass ball, and that's a 20. Let's get rid of that. A 20 tells us that it's going to be D or F wild pitch, and he is a C, so that's blocked by the catcher. So Clendenin again, we throw that D20 again. And here it is, 95, and Clendenin lifts one. No, it's grounded to the first baseman. And that is Fairley takes it himself, retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, and go top of the fourth. Boots Day leading it off against Tom Terrific. Here's the pitch, and that is a 42 and an 8. And that is a fly ball center field. Drifting under it is Agee, and he squeezes it for the out, 1 away. Rusty Staub is Rusty Staub is next. That's a 13, and that is line base hit. And right center field, cut off by the right fielder, Art Shamsky. Gets it into Kenny Boswell. So 1 on and 1 out for Bob Bailey. Bob Bailey has some power. He hit 14 home runs. And his pitch, that's a 41 and a 6, and that is hit hard at the shortstop, Harrelson, who flips to Boswell, back to first, 6-4-3, double play. No runs, 1 hit, none left. And Seaver benefits again from a double play to get out of the inning. And we go to the bottom of the fourth. It's Boswell, Aspromonte, and Grody. Here's the pitch from Morton. That is a 67, and a 67 is ball 4. So Boswell walks. Aspromonte now. Aspromonte doesn't strike out much, so we will try another hit and run. And there goes a 58. That's line base hit, and that's going to send Boswell to third. First and third. Infield is in. Jerry Grody. Nobody out. Automatic house rule that the runner holds. Got to throw the D20 looking for that wild pitch. Here's the pitch to Grody. That's an 89 and a 0. That's line. That could be a double play. Line to the first baseman. And nope, it will not be L3. So if you roll 0-0 to 0-9, it's a double play. I really like that. A lot of games don't have that. Tom Seaver's up now. Infield continues to be in. Want to prevent any more runs from scoring. The Mets are up 2-0 in the bottom of the fourth with 1 out. Runners on first and third. And here's Seaver with a 58, and that's ground ball base hit through the infield. And that's going to score a run. And a 58 says that that's going to allow Aspromonte to head to third base. Make sure he's not slow or very slow. He's very slow, so he's not going to head to third base. He's going to stop at second base. Let's see if we can erase that. Let's see if I have my. Let's get him back to. Jeez. There we go. All right. So RBI single, and runners on first and second now. And that is Tom Seaver helping out his own cause. And Morton is still in there. So Morton can go, has 11 points, and he's used up only, this is a 4, 5, 7. So he's still good to go. Throw that D20. Tommy Agee up. He doubled and then lined out. And the infield is back, of course. That's a 0-6. That is a little blooper that dunks in there in front of the center fielder, and that's going to score a run. So, Aspromonte's very slow, so he's going to hold up on that. He's going to hold up, and the bases are going to be loaded. Second hit of the day for Tommy Agee. Bases loaded for Buddy Harrelson, infield is in. Throw it for the D20, nothing there, and that is a 92 and a 7, and that is a fly ball right field. This is going to most likely be a sac fly. F9, and runner on third base is Aspromonte, very slow, so it may not be. What did I say was a 92? A 7 was a F9. So an F9 was a very slow, and he does not attempt to score. So it's an F9 and 2 outs now. And here's Cleon Jones, probably the best batter the Mets have. The batter basically hit for the highest average. That's an 11. So there's nothing there. And here's the pitch from Carl Morton to Cleon Jones with the bases loaded and 2 outs. And that's a 42 and an 8. And that's a fly ball that's lifted to in the gap. Right fielder Shamsky, right fielder Staub after it, and he runs it down to retire the side. The Mets pick up a run on 1, 2, 3 hits, and they lead at 3-0. We go to the top of the fifth. Tom Seaver versus Ron Fairley, Mac Jones, and John Bateman. 65, strike 3, and that is number 5 for Tom Terrific. And next up is Mac Jones. Mac Jones struck out in the second inning, and it's a 53. And here he lines one for a base hit in front of the center fielder. Plays it on a hop. Agee gets it in to second baseman Kenny Boswell. John Bateman, he steps in the box, and the Seaver checks the sign, sets and deals. And that's a 48 and a 3. And a 3 is going to be a hard hit ground ball to the first baseman, Clendenin. He goes to second for 1, back to first. 3-6-3. Double playing once again for the third time in the game. Seaver gets out of an inning thanks to a double play. So John Bateman hits into a double play, and we go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Art Shamsky leading it off against Carl Morton. And that is a 34 4 and a 0, and that is line and caught by Bobby Wine. Don Clendenin is next. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. And that's a 12, and that's ball 4. That's the second walk of the game. Clendenin on at first with Kenny Boswell, the batter. Here's a pitch to Boswell. That's a 0-7. That's line base hit. And there goes Clendenin. He's going to head to third. First and third, once again, the Mets. The Mets are threatening once again. First and third, only one out, infield is in. So Carl Morton can't get it going here. Struggling. There's a pitch, and that is a 30 and a 2, and that is a ground ball to the first baseman. With one out, the first baseman is going home with it, and Clendenin is tagged out 3-2, fielder's choice. So Kenny Boswell moves over to second. Remember, the infielder was in on that one, and it's going to be Jerry Grody. Here's a pitch to Grody, and that's a 31 and an 8, and that's a fly to right field, shallow right. Racing in is the right fielder Staub, and he gets there to retire the side. No runs, one hit, one walk, 2 left on. We go to top of the 6th. Bobby Wine, Carl Morton. It's 2-0 Mets, or was it 3-0? 3-0 Mets. Excuse me. Let's write that down. 3-0. That's a 68, strike 3, and that is number 6. So Seaver blows a fastball past Bobby Wine. And here's Morton. That's a 0-0, and that is going to be a line drive base hit. So frozen rope off the bat of the pitcher. 1 out, runner on first. And Boots Day batted .283, not too shabby. Here's the pitch from Seaver, 44 and a 6, and that is a slow ground ball that Harrelson charges. He's going to have one play, and that's the first, in time to get the day. But Morton moves over to second base. He's in scoring position. Ron Hunt, the batter. And here is the pitch from Seaver with 2 out, runner in scoring position. That's a 53. That's going to be line base hit, and that will score Morton unless he is like really slow. And he may be very slow. He is not. And that's the first run of the game for the Expos. An RBI single, 2-out single by Ron Hunt, the second baseman. Rusty Staub up now. First run allowed by Tom Seaver in the 1971 replay season. That's a 17, and that is ball 4. So Seaver's struggling a little bit here now. He lost Staub, and that puts runners on first and second with 2 outs. And here comes Bob Bailey. A home run here would give the Montreal Expos a lead. This game's being played April 6, 1971. And here's the pitch to Bailey. 2 out, 2 on, 3-1 the score. And a 53 is going to be a line drive base hit, and that's going to score Hunt. And Staub's going to go to third. 3-2 now. RBI single for Bob Bailey. And let's double check those runners' speed. Staub is blank, and Ron Hunt scores. Okay, so good. So Bailey's on at first. Staub is on at third. 2 outs. 3-2 now. And it's going to be Ron Fairley. He's a left-handed hitter. See if Tom Seaver can get out of this one. And that's a 2, and that is going to be a 0-9. That's going to be a line drive base hit. That's going to score the tying run. So Seaver is really struggling here. And that's going to send Bailey. I believe Bailey's going to be able to make it. That's a 0-9 off Fairley, and Bailey is going to make it to third base. So out comes Gil Hodges to talk to Seaver. RBI single, and the game is tied now. And it's Mac Jones with runners on first and third. There's action in the bullpen. It looks like it's McGraw and not Taylor, but Frizella, Danny Frizella. Here's a pitch from Seaver. It's a 30 and a 6, and the talk helped him. Oh, no, it's a defensive check. Good. Let's see what happens here on a defensive check. A 76, and that is a ball that the third baseman Who is that? That is Aspromonte. I think Aspromonte is going to bobble that ball. Ground ball to Aspromonte. And yes, he bobbles it, and everybody is safe. And the Expos have taken the lead on an error by Aspromonte, E5. And next is John Bateman. 4-3 now. And here's Bateman. Here's a pitch. And that's a 49. This is going to do it. A 4 is a hard hit ground ball to Aspromonte. And with runners on first and second, he's going to step on the bag. Fielder's choice, and that is going to retire the side. So the Expos take the lead here with 4 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, 1 walk and an error. And it's 4-3 Expos. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Tom Seaver's leading it off. We will let Tom Terrific bat. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So yeah, we can go 11. So Morton's staying in there. Here's a pitch to Seaver. That's a 13, and that is a strikeout. Strikeout number 1 for Morton in this game. Tommy Agee. Agee's 2 for 3, double in the first and singled in the 4th. And that's a 13. And that's a ground ball and through into left field. So Agee's on at first. He's a 3A. And let's check the catcher. Bateman is a blank, so we're going to try to steal on this. And nope, it's got to be low numbers. And Buddy Harrelson with 1 out is going to swing away. And that's a 0-1. That is ripped down the line and cut off by the right fielder. This is going to allow Agee to go to third, first and third now. Harrelson took a big turn, a wide turn around first base, and then thought twice. So it's first Jones. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 hits allowed by Morton. We are going to check the roster using Replay Baseball. That allows me to use the guys that actually were there. So let's see who we got. In case, let me see, Seaver, it's a pop up. All right. So, in case we're going to bring in oh, he has to pitch at least 1 batter before I can check him. Let's see. There you go. All right, Morton. We got Marshall, Raymond. No, Raymond's been used a lot. Wow, okay. 47. Marshall is a guy that hasn't. All right, we're gonna. Oh no, nobody's been used. Okay, I see. All right, everybody's available to me. This is the first game, so that's good. Okay, Marshall and Raymond, and 1 more hit, and we are bringing in. So the infield's going to be drawn in here. It's 4-3 Expos. We're in the bottom of the 6th. It's first and third. Harrelson's at first. Agee's at third. Cleon Jones, the batter. And that's a 68, and a 68 is ball 4, and that's going to be all for Morton. Bases are loaded. Art Shamsky's a lefty. And the Expos are going to bring in a lefty, and they're going to bring in O'Donohue. I believe O'Donohue's a lefty, and this is going to put the Mets at a disadvantage, but the Mets are going to counter with Kenny Singleton, and Kenny Singleton's going to go into play. Kenny Singleton's going to play right field. And I believe Singleton's on the roster, should be on the roster. Let's double check that. Yep, he is. Okay, perfect. So that worked out for us. So instead of Shamsky, it's going to be the switch hitter Ken Singleton. Bases loaded, 1 out, 4-3 Expos. Pitch from O'Donohue. And that's a 68. And 68 is ball 4. That's going to force in a run. RBI for Singleton. Scoring is Tommy Agee. Bases are still loaded. And here comes Don Clendenin. And that is a 20 and a 7, and that is strike 3, out number 2. Kenny Boswell, the lefty. Let Boswell bat. And here's the pitch. That's a 70, and that's going to be strike 3, and that retires the side. So 2 strikeouts after the walk. And O'Donohue gets out of the inning with minimal damage, but the Mets do tie the ball game up. 1 run on 2 hits and 2 walks, and it's all tied at 4 apiece. Top of the 7th, it's going to be Bobby Wine leading off. We trust Seaver to get back on track after that struggling. He struggled mightily in that top of the 6th inning where he allowed 3 hits, 4 hits, and a walk. So let's watch Seaver get back on track. We have a couple of pitchers in the bullpen. Here's a pitch to Wine. That's a 78, and that is a strikeout. So second time that Wine goes down swinging. Seaver, whose fastball is popping, is getting the best of the... we have to pull a double switch. Let's pull in a catcher. Let's put the pitcher there. Okay, so we made a double switch. Let's take a look quickly at who's our other catcher. And that is going to be Bocabella. Bocabella. Bocabella should be in here somewhere. You get every card with Deep Drive Baseball. It's $1 to try out. They actually have a couple of free teams as well if you go to the website. Just Bocabella is going to be batting 9th. He was brought in during the double switch when O'Donohue was brought in. He's a catcher. And he will be batting here. Bocabella against Tom Seaver. Here's the pitch, and that is a 10, and that is ball 4. Seaver loses him. And Seaver's mad at himself. Boots Day. That's a 0-2 and an 8. And a 0-2 is going to be a single base hit, and that's going to send, I believe it sends Bocabella to third. And it does. So Bocabella hustles over to third base. That puts runners on first and third, brings the Met infield in for Ron Hunt. And will we try a hit and run with Ron Hunt? And yes, we will. There goes Day. Infield's in. That's a 72, and a 72 is a strikeout. Oh, no, wait. Hit and run. So we got to look at the hit and run chart. So a strikeout with a 9 says strike, roll again. Lead runner gets stolen base if he is fast or very fast. I think there's a misprint there. It says fast or very slow. And I think it means fast or very fast. And Boots Day is very fast, so he will. Well, wait. And and the roll is less than his steal rating. So we're gonna have to roll, and his steal rating is a 1. I believe he gets a +1 because of the hit and run on there. No, the infield was in. Wait a second. Infield's in, hit and run, and he gets a +1. So let's roll. Nope, he is out at second. So it's going to be Ron Hunt is a righty. It's going to be a 2-4. Holding at third is Bocabella. So now there's 2 outs. Ron Hunt is still in the box, still at bat, And here's a pitch from Seaver, and that is a 17, and that is a hit by pitch. He plunks Ron Hunt, and that's going to bring up Rusty Staub, the always dangerous Rusty Staub, to face Seaver. That's a 1, and this is a 95. I don't think that's going to be anything. A 95 says if catcher is a passball rating of B, C, D, or F, and actually I think that Grody is a C, and he is a C, and that ball gets by Grody, and that allows pass ball. That allows the go-ahead run to score. Moving second is Ron Hunt. And I'm still trying to figure out, I'm just going to put a little plus sign. I'm still trying to figure out a symbol for that. So now it's Rusty Staub with a runner at second base. And Rusty batted .311. We're going to intentionally walk Rusty. And we're going to face Bob Bailey, who's a .250 hitter. And Seaver. And here's a pitch to Bailey. And 87 and a 3, and that is a ground ball to the third baseman. Aspromonte up with it, fires to first in time, and that retires the side. But the Montreal Expos pick up a run on 1 hit, 2 walks, a hit by pitch, and a pass ball. Bottom of the 7th. O'Donoghue's still in there. He's going to face Aspromonte, Grody, and Seaver. This is 1971. You don't have to pull pictures right away, so that's a nice thing about it. It's a 44 and a 1, and that's popped up. That's the catcher, flips his mask away. Ocabella, he's got it. 1 down. Jared Grody's next. He's 0 for 3. He's lined out twice. That's a 94 and a 0, and that is lined for the 3rd time and caught by the shortstop, Bobby Wine. So he's lined out twice to the shortstop and once to the first baseman. And here's Tom Terrific with 2 outs. We're at the top of the 8th. And score is 5-4. We're going to bring in a pinch hitter. And let's take a look at who can pinch hit here for the Mets. We got a guy named, I think his name is Dave Marshall. So we're going to bring in Dave Marshall to pinch hit. So Dave Marshall coming in to pinch hit. And let's pull his card. I got to get the 72 Mets. The 72 Topps Mets baseball cards so I can see what Dave Marshall looks like. A lot of times I don't know if these guys are Hispanic, black, white. I have no idea, what they look like. I like to see what they look like. So Dave Marshall, so Seaver's going to get pulled. He can only lose it. He can't win it unless, of course, the Mets, take the lead here and then hold on and win it. Marshall's coming in. He's going to face O'Donoghue. Oh, he's a lefty specialist, and I wrote him in already. We don't want Marshall because there is a lefty on there. So we're going to look. You know what? We're going to bring in maybe Tim Foley to bat. Let's see. Let's look for Tim Foley. Yep, Tim Foley is. And we also have Don Hunt. We're going to bring in Don Hunt. Why not? There's Don Hunt. Let's get rid of. Use our whiteout. So Don Hahn, pinch hitter, in the bottom of the 7th, and nobody on, 2 outs. Pitch from O'Donoghue. That's a 10, and that is ball 4. He loses them, and down at first goes Hahn. And Hahn is not really a threat to steal. I'm not even going to worry about it. We are going to roll for that. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do that. Let's see if we can get that. That was our white die. Our white 10-sided die. And it's got to be exactly where I can't reach it, regardless of the side of the chair that I go to. All right, so Tommy Agee, here's a pitch. And that is a 64, and a 64 is a single. Strokes one into left center field. And Hahn is going to try to go to third, try to send him to third, and Hahn is going to be safe at third, first and third now. I have pretty much the chart, the choice chart memorized. 47, he's fast, he makes it to third. 42 to 69, safe. And then it's 70 to 81, he would hold, and then 82 to 97, he'd be out. All right, so Buddy Harrelson is up with runners on first and third. O'Donoghue is a pitch, and that is a 97 and a 5, and that is ripped to short. Wine up with it, flips to Hunt to retire the side. And it's no runs, 2 left, 1 hit, 1 walk, and the top of the 8th. And it's going to be lefty. We're going to see Mac. It's going to be fairly Mac Jones. We're bringing in a lefty closer, a lefty relief pitcher, and that is going to be Tug McGraw. So Tug McGraw is coming in to relieve Seaver. So Seaver can only lose it. Tug McGraw is coming in, and he's going to face Fairley. Let's see what happens. Here's a pitch. That's a 99 and a 4, and that is a ground ball, second base. Waiting back is Boswell. Now he charges over to first. Easy out. And it's Mac Jones. Now Tug McGraw is going to have an advantage here. And we're going to use that advantage. We're not pinch hitting. 94 and a 0. So that's going to be line and caught by the shortstop. And it's going to be the pitcher spot. Pitcher spot. So we are getting a pinch hitter here. And let's see. Let's see what we got. Harrelson. Harrelson doubles in that first inning. And then is a F8. And then Shamsky. I didn't move him over. Wait a second. Let me go back one. All right. So Harrelson doubles. And then it's going to be a fly ball to center. That's going to move. Tagging up is Harrelson. He goes to third. And it's a sacrifice fly by Shamsky. And then it's Clendenin walks. And then a single. And that was going to be an RBI single. I didn't give Kenny Boswell credit for an RBI single because that was a double. No. He didn't get an RBI single because those two guys scored. 1 RBI there, 1 RBI there. Okay, so it's first and third. He doesn't get an RBI. All right, so Kenny Boswell singles, and moving to third is Clendenin. I'm going back. I got to do this so I can take a look at the roster, and it was an L6 to end the inning. All right, now I can take a look and see who can pinch hit for the Expos. Who do we have on the bench? Sutherland, the righty. Swoboda, righty. Oh, Swoboda, the ex-Met. Let's see. Did I print him out? I don't think I printed him out. Got to go back in there. Cosger, Coco LaBoy, Ron Woods. LaBoy, I'm gonna bring in LaBoy because I don't think we printed out Yeah, we didn't print them out. You got to print them out. We will. All right, so it's going to be Coco LeBoy. Now we're going to need a new pitcher against Seaver, against Tug McGraw. Here's a pitch, 2 outs, 0-8. That is ripped and past the diving third baseman into left field. So Coco LeBoy with a pinch hit single, 2 outs. Bobby Wine is up next. Here's a pitch from McGraw. Oh, it's a potential wild pitch. A 61. I believe a 61 will be a wild pitch. And a balk if he's at F, and he is not. So there's no balk. We just roll that again, and nothing happens there. Here's a pitch from McGraw. It's a 96 and a 7. That's a fly to left. Over is Jones, makes the catch, and that retires side. No runs, 1 hit, bottom of the 8th. 5-4 Expos. All right, Cleon Jones. I believe we're going to need a new pitcher here. So we're going to need a new pitcher, and that means that we got to go Bailey walks, and it's a K, a K, and a K. And now we're going to need a new pitcher, and it's going to be Mike Marshall. Mike Marshall is going to come in to pitch. There he is, closer 2. In this game, the closer has to come in. If you don't want to bring him in because he's not really a great closer like this guy, 428, you actually have to, the other pitchers pitch at a disadvantage. Yeah, it's an interesting rule, and that's so guys don't game the system. Cleon Jones is going to lead off here in the bottom of the 8th. The Mets are down by a run. The run scored on a pass ball. Seaver struggled in the 6th and the 7th. He hit a batter and walked a couple of batters, and one intentionally, so 3 altogether in those 2 innings, 6th and the 7th inning. Before that, he cruised along. Easy day for Seaver up to that point. All right, here goes Cleon Jones. Here's the pitch from Mike Marshall. Mike Marshall had a 5-8 record with a 4.28 ERA, and that is ripped for a base hit to left field. So Cleon Jones smashes one, and he's on first with a base knock. That's his 2nd base knock of the day. He's 2 for 4 with a walk. So he's reached 3 out of the 5 times that he's come to bat. Kenny Singleton's up now against Mike Marshall. He's a switch hitter batting from the left side. And here's a pitch. That's a 51. That's a deep drive off the bat of Singleton, and that ball is out of here. Kenny Singleton drives one deep to right center field. Back goes the right fielder, stops to the track, to the wall, looks up, and that is out of here. Kenny Singleton with 2 RBIs gives the Mets the lead. And he is 1 for 1. He walked in the pinch hitting, and that's his 3rd RBI of the game. So up comes Donnie Clendenin against Mike Marshall, and Marshall wishes he had that pitch back. Not happy with himself. That's a 60, and that is a ground ball and through the left side for a base hit. So Marshall is coming in, has allowed 3 consecutive hits. And yes, sirree. So here's Kenny Boswell. And that is a 37 and a 5. And that's hit hard right at the 2nd baseman. Hunt flips to Wine, back to first. 4-6-3 double play, 2 outs. Here comes Bob Aspromonte. Aspromonte is 1 for 4. He singled in the 4th inning. Here's a pitch from Marshall, a 44 and a 6, and that is hit hard right at the shortstop. Wine picks it up over to first in time. Mets pick up 2 runs on 3 hits, and we go to the top of the 9th. Tug McGraw against Boca Bella, Boots Day, and Ron Hunt. The Mets have taken the lead, a 6-5 lead for the Mets. In line for the victory is Tug McGraw. Here goes Boca Bella. and that is a 48 and a 3, and that is hit hard at the third baseman. Aspromonte backhands it, long throw to first, high, but nice stretch by Clendenin, and they get Bocabella. 1 out. Boots Day is next. And a 49 and a 5, and that is a chopper to second. And waiting on it is Boswell. Sidearms at the first, 2 down. And Ronnie Hunt, 2 out. Ronnie Hunt. So the Expos are down to the last out. Here's the pitch from McGraw at 21, and that is a hit by pitch. So second time that Ron Hunt has been hit by a pitch. Once by Seaver and once by McGraw. He must have had a ton of hit by pitches. Had a very high on base percentage, over 400. And for 1971, that's pretty impressive. Let me get back to the stream, just in case anybody has any comments. Dave Tropin, say, brother, thinking about purchasing this game. Well, try it out for $1. Just go to Deep Drop Baseball, search it, try it out for $1 if you like it. Watch some of the videos. It's very easy to play, very straightforward. There's a couple little miniature, learning curves, not very, dangerous curves at all. I think one of them is some guys have a little bit of trouble with the endurance. You may not. And then there's one thing, I forget what it is. Guys have a little bit of trouble with, but that's it. Other than that, it plays very quickly, very smoothly. It's a great game. Cards are super easy to read. That's one of the things I really like about it. And try it out for $1. And then you have a couple, if you want to try it out a little bit more for free, there's a couple of free teams as well. I think it's the 2017 World Series, I believe, on the website. You scroll all the way down. All right, so 2 outs. The tying run is at first base, Ron Hunt. Now let's see Hunt. He doesn't really steal a base. Nah, he's a 1D. All right, so it's Rusty Staub, the always dangerous Rusty Staub against Tug McGraw. We're going to throw that D20. The game doesn't tell you to throw D20. It just lets you use the actual dice, but I don't like doing that. I like doing it separately. Maybe it's because of playing from playing Stratomatic. I'm used to doing that. Rusty Staub. Here's a pitch to Rusty. And that is a 46 and a 2, and that is comebacker to McGraw. Feels his position over to first, and the ball game is over. Let's win it. No runs, no hits, 1 left on. Mets come from behind in the bottom of the 8th on a 2-run home run by Kenny Singleton, who came in to pinch hit in the bottom of the 6th. Ends up winning the ball game, so he's going to get a star MVP for the game. He picked up 3 RBIs on the day, and the Mets win it by a score of 6-5. Hits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits for the Expos. Expos made how many errors? Expos made no errors. Mets made 1 error. And how many hits did the Mets have? 3 hits there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 hits for the Mets. 14 hits, 6 runs. So the line scores Montreal 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors. The Mets 6 runs, 14 hits, and 1 error. Seaver is going to get a no decision. And let's look at what Seaver did. Seaver went 7. And he gave up 5, 6, 7, 8 hits. And how many runs? He gave up 5 runs, but not all of them. For example, this one scored on a pass ball, so that's not going to be. And then another one scored on an error here. So I believe that 2 of these runs were unearned. So he only gave up 3 earned runs. Walks, he gave up 1 walk there. Usually I color mine just to kind of really focus in on. That's 2 walks. Intentional walk. All right, so that was 4 walks for Tom Terrific, and strikeouts. I'll do that in red. That's usually how I do it. Struck out the side in the second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strikeouts. Not too shabby. And Tug McGraw is going to get the victory. Gets the big W. Came in, pitched 2 innings. Allowed 1 hit, hit a batter. No runs, no walks, no strikeouts, and no wild pitches for either pitcher. Loss is going to go to Carl Morton. And we had a couple of pitchers coming after Morton. We had O'Donohue. I never wrote them in, but they're here. Donahue. And then Mike Marshall is going to take the loss. He gave up that 2-run homer in the bottom of the 8th inning. So that was fun. That was exciting. Mets fan base got a good show today. They come from behind victory by the Mets. Mets at one time were up 3-0, but then the Expos in the top of the 6th scored 4 runs, took a 4-3 lead. Mets came right back in the bottom of the 6th. With a pinch hit walk that tied the game at 4 apiece, but then it was in the top of the 7th when that pass ball allowed it's Boca Bella to score. And that put the Expos up 5-4. And in the bottom of the 8th, a 2-run shot after a single by Cleon Jones. Up came Kenny Singleton, drove one deep to right field, and that was out of here for a 2-run shot. And the Mets took a 6-5 lead, and they held on to it for the victory. This is CP Cards and Dice, Cards and Dice TV. Thanks for stopping by. Ron Hunt owns the MLB record for most defensive career. He's close to the top. There you go. That's one thing I love about playing. Some of these seasons are a little bit before my time, and I learn about the players and those little anecdotes. I really like that. I just noticed that Ron Hunt had over a 400 on base percentage. That came up right away. That stood out because what they do on the cards, they give you the stats and they highlight if the guy's a leader or in the top 3 or something like that. I got to ask Chris. They highlight the whatever, if it's home runs or whatever it is, the stat, so hey, this guy was at the top of his position in terms of that stat. So the exciting game. Now I loved it. I'm going to get ready for game 2. Maybe play it tonight. Maybe play it tomorrow morning. Maybe in the middle of the night. Who knows? Whatever time I wake up, I will print out the next. I go to digidugout.com and I print out the next. I have to input this into the PC replay PC stat keeper that I use. It's just a game, and then I input the stats. I play the game. It keeps the schedule for me. It does the rosters for me. It does all that. It keeps all the stats, And then I just input this information, and then I go on to game 2. I automatically play all the other games. And then I get to Seaver's next start, and I can play Seaver's next start. And I'm going to see if it gets closer than the first replay. This is my second replay. So I'm going to test it out. I'm testing out the engine, see how close it gets to Seaver's real stats. And that's about it. I haven't ever watched live, but I have watched a lot of your videos. Keep up the good work. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I hope I help the community of gamers, and I do I think I'm doing more tutorials than ever now, and I think that's a big part of who I am and what I do and what I enjoy doing, helping you guys just learn new games and watch me learn new games as well, and just a nice hobby that allows you to kind of kick back, relax, and roll some dice and just imagine you were back in 1971, April 6, 1971 at Shea Stadium. I actually was not far from the stadium when this game was being played. I was 8 years old at this time. I was probably watching, what time? I don't know the time of this game. But I was not more than about 1.5 miles away on 74th Street and 31st Avenue in Jackson Heights, Queens. All right, guys. Thanks for stopping by, and I wish you all the best. And this is Deep Drive Baseball. A lot of fun. Take care.